Hey guys, Ben Labadie here, and I'm with Clare Latimer.
Hello everybody.
And you are live with Ben. So before we get started, hey, hit the share button. Don't be scared to comment, ask questions, share your opinions, and hit that like button, hit that share button, all you want. And if you're watching the replay, still don't be scared to hit the comments, throw in some questions, and you'll get back to later by responding. So good stuff there, and we're going to get on to this. So welcome, Mary Clare. So on your sign it says Clare.
Yes.
Not Mary Clare.
M. Clare. I've been Mary Clare from day one. I was Mary Clare Zimmer from North Harwich, and I am still Mary Clare Latimer. A lot of my name was shortened by my cousins and my family, and through the university time.
All right.
So I am Clare or Mary Clare.
Awesome. Okay, so you've run before.
Yes.
You're in Ward 2. Okay, and what did you learn running before about Ward 2 and about the whole process?
Ward 2, what I learned is that the majority of my constituents are down in the south, in Blenheim. And so this year, and I am pounding the pavement. I've done my best to get out there and be part of the celebrations through the summer. I have 3 meet and greets scheduled down in Blenheim over the next 3 weeks, and hope to have a few more. If you want one, just call in. And I learned that really the concerns are the same, whether you live in South Kent or North Kent, but you need to have a voice. And people want a voice. So,
right. And I've seen you've been really active. I see a bunch of signs out there, and I've seen you at the North Buxton Parade on Monday. You had 2 vehicles.
Hot but fun.
It was very hot. I was hiding under a tree.
Yeah, Cheryl and Brian did a great job.
They did
everybody, shout out to them. It was wonderful.
Yeah, so that was hot, and I seen there was a couple people out there, but councillors wise, I think it was just you.
Yep. There's a couple people there, and a couple other people were there.
In the parade.
I don't know in the parade.
Yeah.
Tanya Kearney was there from Ridgetown. Yes.
Hey John, how you doing? Go Miss Latimer.
Okay. Thanks, John.
Patrick Sikora. Okay. So what else do we got here? So why are you running again? What did you miss? What do you want to change? What's all there?
I am a farmer's daughter from North Kent. I've lived on Fairview Line all my life, and I really care. I love Chatham Kent. I've always been involved in the community, but I really want to see is that our municipal debt continue to be decreased and our spending streamlined and concentrate on our infrastructure. I want our roads to be paved. If they're gravel, to have gravel on them. Our bridges, that they work so that we and the farmers can get across them to get to work and in and out of their fields. I also want to schedule a repair and maintenance schedule that makes sense, so we don't have 3 bridges down at one time.
Right. Okay.
Also want to look at accessible and affordable transportation across Chatham Kent. It's great. We've got, I think it's You Drive Us. I think, yes, it is Go Driver or You Ride.
I think
they put in their applications to Nancy. They're at City Hall. And I think they're going to be a great asset or a supplement to already our transportation system, which is not adequate. There are a lot of people that can't get to work, can't get to their sessions. They're stuck. Or if they get there, especially right now, if you need an accessible vehicle to get across anywhere in Chatham Kent, we don't have one. We haven't had one since late last year. It's not acceptable. I have clients. I'm an occupational therapist. I have clients who are in wheelchairs. They are physically handicapped. There's nothing wrong with them. They attend college. They have a lot to give and learn and want to be productive, independent citizens. And they are stuck at home because they haven't got a ride.
Right.
Or if they get a ride, as a few other of our clients will say, they're stuck there because they can't, the callback while they're busy. 2 hours later.
Absolutely.
Not acceptable.
Hey Melissa Ann, how are you? Melissa is running in Ward 1 actually.
Hey Melissa, how are you?
Yeah, and she actually has a good idea about the event bus that would take people to different events throughout the community. I think that
great.
Would be a cool idea.
Events are good. I'm talking about daily living.
Yeah.
I'm talking about going to school and work and your doctor's appointments.
Right.
It matters no matter what age you are, whether you're young or you're old.
Absolutely. Now you were talking about the debt and the continued reduction. So you're happy with everything the way it's going?
It's going the right way. They've worked really hard over the last four years. They've. I think if you have those incumbents in here, they're going to say, "Yep, we did," and they have. But we got to be a little more creative. There's no more money.
Right.
And you still have people who need rides. You still have people who need housing. You have 700 people, 700 individuals who have nowhere to live.
Families.
Yeah, individuals and their families that have nowhere to live.
Right.
In Chatham-Kent. Not acceptable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, and you talk about streamlining spending. What do you think there? How are you going to do this?
You take a look at
you
your budget
yourself.
lines.
How are you going to do it?
Well, you know what I want? I first of all want a budget that people in Chatham-Kent can look at and figure out where money is being spent.
Right.
Our incumbents themselves had told me, "Oh, Claire, you can't do it online. You got to go in. You got to do it by paper, and it takes a long time." Why should it? We all have budgets. We should be able to see it. We should open that block, that square, that Excel square, and it should say in there what you spend on what and when.
Yeah.
And we can't do that. We cannot do that at this point. So that's one thing. That's the first thing, because we don't even know how much we have to spend. This is my concern at any moment in time.
Right.
So that's a main reason I want to get in there.
And that's gets the transparency with the community.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people watching, myself included, we don't understand where all the money is, how much money there is, where it goes.
Well, good luck. You and me both.
Right.
I think most of the people out there who are watching this and who aren't watching this.
Yeah. So a lot of times, it's how do we become more transparent? How do we make it simple?
Well, that would be one way.
It should be simple, right?
The programs are out there,
Yeah.
and it's not, and they're intelligent people. Like it's not, it can't be done.
Right.
So that's the first thing.
Other places do it. Other places do it.
Yes,
Businesses
they
do it.
Yes. That's
a house
the other
of
thing.
5 people, mother and father do it. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's right. Well, business is the other thing. I think it's important that we support our current businesses, that we see them, that they grow. We also want to encourage new businesses.
Right.
And right now, a lot of times that isn't as easy as some people think it is.
Right.
Some people seem to blow right through the process, and other people get dogged down right at the start, and they get pretty disheartened.
In discouraged,
Yes, it is. So I'd like to take a look at that too, and they're working on that. That's one good thing. That all these things I think are a positive thing is that the municipality is starting to recognize that this is an issue. So we got John Norton being ahead of all this economic development. The Economic Development Committee, they've done a great job. They need to do more with regard to that new business and helping them along. The small guys, not just the big guys.
Because I had a discussion with somebody that was watching the other day, and somebody was talking about how great economic development is, and I believe it might be. But it looks like if you are a bigger business with a lot of employees, you might get treated a little bit better than I'm trying to increase my construction business. I got 3 employees, I want to get to 7.
Get through the legalities. I think the legalities are always an issue, and the liabilities, and jumping through those hoops. Certainly as a community, a not-for-profit, you have ongoing complaints about how to set up a tent.
Right.
We had people who were discouraged this year through the Canada Day. Lots of community groups who ordinarily would participate and did not because they could not jump through those hoops and didn't want to.
Right. Well, it gets more difficult, and you just say throw up your arms. Cindy Rosenthal or Rosenthal. Hi, Mary and Ben.
Hey.
And Melissa says, agree, in today's world, digital budgets can be clear and understandable for members of the public. And how you doing, Lacey Jackson? So, it's Positivity Day today.
Hey, a shout out to the first responders in healthcare. So we want to give our kudos to our EMS, our firefighters, Chatham-Kent firefighters, our volunteer firefighters all across Chatham-Kent, because they work equally as hard as those firefighters who are salaried, and also our Chatham-Kent police, our Chatham-Kent OPP, and of course, I can't forget the OPP Tillsonburg office there, dispatch, where my daughter works in her college. So,
awesome.
Hi, Kathleen.
Toyin Crandall, hey Mary Claire, looking forward to our joint meet and greet on Friday evening.
Yes, that's great. We're at my parents' homestead. We call it Cubby's homestead, and my father was district deputy out at or district grief in Hervey Township years ago.
All right. So who all can go to that?
Anyone can. You're interested? We're right in the corner of the third in the mall.
The third in the mall.
The third in the mall.
Okay.
Yes.
So that'll be good for people to get out and meet more people, meet you.
Tonin's running for the PC. She's nominated.
Yeah, she's
PC Leamington.
Yeah,
She's
that'll be
Canada.
exciting.
Yeah.
She was in the parade as well.
Oh,
right?
she sure was. Yeah,
so
she's a great gal.
good stuff. So, what do you see as challenges over the next 4 years? Or actually, when you ran 4 years ago, what did you see as challenges then, and have they kind of continued?
Certainly, use of money was a big, and that debt, which
Okay.
that's I think they hammered it. They've been hammering away
Right.
because that was a major issue, and it still is. It's
Yep.
still there are a lot of people out there, and me included, that think that you could use the money a little differently, and you need to because there's no more money out there. So
Right.
you have to get creative, and you use your business. We have money here in Chatham-Kent. We have private investors that if you made it profitable for them to make money, they would be more than happy to help somebody else
Right.
start. And I think we have to link those two types of individuals up.
Yeah,
And I think that's a win-win for everyone.
absolutely.
Right.
And now, where we're at right now, so that was the last 4 years in the future. What do you see as our main challenges?
I would like
Day
to,
one.
Day
one. I want you to solve the problems by day 2.
Now I want to see our debt reduced,
Okay.
our budget streamlined, and I want a welcome, safe, inclusive community
Okay.
that people want to live in,
Right.
to raise their kids and work and enjoy.
Now, do you believe we're there yet, or do you want to continue on? It's always a
we're
challenge.
on the way. We're on the way.
Okay.
We have a good name out there. We need to be. I think Darren Camp. He definitely with this positivity is needed because what I agree with him is that you heard the negativity from people in Chatham-Kent
Right.
before you heard the negativity outside.
Yeah.
Like they had all good things to hear about Chatham-Kent, but then they talk to somebody from Chatham-Kent, particularly if you're younger. And that's why I'm really encouraged for the Power of Young People Advisory Group. They're getting together
Okay.
because that involves youth from 15 to 39.
Yeah.
And that's great. And it's not just one advisory group. They want to make it parcel of every group, every council's actions and events. So you have their perception. Because
Right.
when you're 15, it's much different. Your perception, what you perceive as hospitality on
Right.
a municipality's part than you are when you're 40
Yes.
or when you're 60.
Right.
That's it. But we have the age-friendly strategies, right? The age-friendly, and we are known as the age-friendly city. We got that.
Is that official?
Yes, it is. We got that.
We are officially
However,
the age.
we are age-friendly, and we are always implementing those age-friendly strategies.
Yeah.
But people don't understand what age-friendly is. It's not just for old people.
Right.
And it is for 0 to 100 plus. Right? So we want people, you want you to be able to, whether you're a baby, whether you're a mom, whether you're a young adult, whether you're a middle-aged person or a senior, they want you to be able to easily access your services
Right.
and events in the place where you live.
Awesome.
Right?
Good stuff. Hey guys, if you're watching, don't be scared to comment, ask questions, hit that like button.
Next time.
And actually hit that share button. If you're watching the replay, don't be scared to throw in a comment or two. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and you'll get back to them
Sure
by
will.
typing
I sure will.
stuff. So what would you want to accomplish over the next 4 years? What do you see as one of your goals that you could actually see happen in Ward 2 specifically, and then throughout the municipality?
In Ward 2, I would like to see those young entrepreneurs that are trying to establish their new businesses,
Right.
that they get support, and then they have investor lines with people who are local.
And that's more like bringing people together, connecting them.
Exactly. Because we have 2 up-and-coming businesses, they're stuck. They're just stuck.
Yeah.
And they can't get by. So I can't. I'm not naming names, but there's so much potential here.
Right.
And so that's one thing I'd like to see. The other is the accessible transportation across Chatham-Kent. That's an absolute must.
Yes.
Okay. Down in Blenheim, down in Shrewsbury, we got a dock. We need to get. We don't have any public dock. Now it's partially owned, so that's got to be in that budget
Right.
next year. Which Karen Herman, she was very clear. She's telling me you got to do this.
Yeah.
And so yes, that's right. We do. They have to have access. So those are 3 of the things I'd like
Right.
to see. I also want to work on affordable housing, and that's with the province, right? I'm very involved with very involved with people who look after that through my own clients.
Okay.
So it's a kind of a passion of mine.
Right. So how would you attack affordable housing? Because that's for pretty much all Ontario, but Chatham-Kent is now, it used to be a Toronto issue, it used to be a London issue, but now it is a Chatham-Kent issue.
And first of all, I look at the programs. There's a great one in Toronto, but that billets students with seniors.
Okay.
And it enables the seniors to stay in their homes because they need somebody to take their garbage up and down on the driveway. They also just need someone to check in, right? They're still up and going. They're still moving around.
What's that called?
It's called the senior care. It's not senior care. You know what? I didn't look at that before I left, but it's out of UT, and it's in Toronto. And it actually billets the students with the seniors. And
That's a great idea.
It is, and we have a college that we can easily do. There's also a home share program whereby you billet seniors with single moms and or individuals who just can't afford to get out there themselves. There's a program where seniors it's like rent to own, but the senior lives in the home, and the person actually pays the rent, and they're putting their down payment on for their mortgage. Okay. So it's kind of a way to make sure that your house your house is taken care of. Right. You actually know the person who's going to be moving in. Yep. And listen, you get to stay there for as long as you can possibly stay safely. Right. And I think socially it just promotes such a good thing between the elder and the younger.
Sounds like
it
would be really cool if it works out.
Those are examples of things and they aren't new ideas. They're ideas that are sitting, but again, the funding is an issue. But I don't know how much funding you need. We already have those people.
You really just kind of need somebody to head up or take it, and that could be a private or a volunteer.
We already do it. We already have it. We already have the names. We already have the people. Yeah. We just got to put them together.
Putting them together. Put things together. That's really good. Okay, so let's move on to a couple things here. Tourism. Ward 2 is great for tourism. All right, we'll get to some agriculture and stuff later.
Yes, definitely.
It is a big tourism draw that I don't think we get out there too much.
I think they're working on that, especially down the south, right? You got your Rondo, Erio, Shrewsbury, Artner, all those.
So Ward 2 is north and south.
It sure is. You got all of Harwich and all of Raleigh. So actually, I did bring you some things from some businesses from North Harwich because I had another candidate brought you things from the south. I noticed, but I wanted to give you. These are my neighbors from Rush Meats and More. Everyone knows Louie and Claire. Yep. So they sent along some mild and hot pepperettes you can share with your friends and family.
Pepperettes? You didn't go cheap. I mean, we got lots.
Okay, there you go. Here. And also we got from Mrs. D. She also she has rent some space there at Louis. This is Amy, his daughter. But some pickled carrots and some pickles. And Mrs. D says these are absolutely great in a Caesar.
Okay.
So take it from her.
I will have to have these in a Caesar if that needs to be.
And also, I did scoop this too because I was down at Bayside. And I thought you'd really enjoy that. So I love Erio. I have a real.
This is a win, okay? Everybody else that's coming in to bring gifts, this is a winner right here.
I think that's a great example of a restoration. When I was a kid, young woman, we frequented the old tea house down in Erio, and that's where the Bayside is now.
Awesome. It's a great thing they got there, and that's a draw itself. You got, I kicked that.
Did you?
Yeah, I booted it. Kicked the camera. So when you go out there, it's great to sit on the water in that back deck. You got music.
We're
over to the beach.
We're heading out there Saturday. The accessible playground is the grand opening. Saturday, 11 o'clock. So join us. Come on down.
Awesome. And what do you think about hotels or lodging? I think that's an issue when people want to visit that area, that there's not enough places maybe to stay.
There's cabins, the B&Bs are there. There's also B&Bs outside of Blenheim. It'd be great if we had more B&Bs again. That's the business aspect, right? I think they don't want to. I don't think they want huge hotels down there. I
Right.
think that would take away from the quaintness and just the spirit of the place. But yeah, sure, that would be great if we could incorporate that in like B&Bs. Rent your cottage out. I was just out in Kelowna. It was great.
Yeah,
Just beautiful.
But yeah, it's a point. If we could get more people, like more people want to come there, but a lot of times it's a day trip because there's nowhere to stay.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So
it's hard to spend money overnight, spend money in the morning for breakfast and coffee
you
and
got
stuff
it.
like
That's
that.
right.
So we got to create maybe those opportunities.
The B&Bs be great. Yeah.
More B&Bs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Airbnb.
Let's talk about Sportsplex.
Okay.
All right. Blenheim has you got a good arena, you got a pool, you got a gym above that pool, you got a baseball diamond there, you got a lot of stuff.
I think most of the arenas have been that Bridgetown is due. I know that, and they're waiting, and they're not on the list. They're in the queue. I think it's a great idea. The Sportsplex here for Chatham Kent, as long as everyone gets, it will impact the ice times across all of Chatham Kent. But that Sportsplex cannot be built on the backs of the taxpayers. That's all I care. And I don't want to forfeit money that should be towards the infrastructure to get people here and for us to get around on to build a Sportsplex.
Okay.
So that's where I am.
How would you go about promoting, if you believe the Sportsplex is a good idea? How would you go about promoting and raising money for this? Would you go other levels of government besides?
We have a lot of young men and women who are up there in the national and international scene, and they would be more than willing to help us out down here. And a shout out to all those men and women. Again, I'm not going to be pointing fingers, but I think they could all have a play here.
Right.
Yes, government funding is. I know that the municipality is actively advocating for that through government, but we have to step up on our own too, right?
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of young men and women who have their early days started here in Chatham Kent and would be more than willing to help out build that Sportsplex. But again, have they been asked or about their opinion, how they see that happening? That's one thing I'd like to see.
Right, but no municipal tax dollars.
No, not on the backs of the taxpayers. Like I said,
Even a little bit or no?
Oh, well, you have to put a little bit in there, but again, not take away from infrastructure. Like if you don't have roads to get people here, it doesn't matter. You can build it, but they have to get here, right?
Right. Okay, and so you like the idea, just not as much municipal dollars, more of a community private.
Think you're going to have to be creative.
Yeah.
You have people to house, you got people to get around, you got roads to maintain.
Yep.
Yes, Sportsplex is important, and it does draw people. I know that, but you know what draws people more is business. They have to have a place to work, and they'll come here. I have my kids are age 42 to 21, and you know what? The 21-year-olds went out last week and they said, "Mom, everything closed at 8 o'clock." So there's an issue.
Yeah.
And the 28-year-old and the 31-year-old, well, they don't want to come back to Chatham Kent, and they would, I think, if their work brought them back. Because I asked that question. Well, if you were transferred here, would that be too bad? Well, I could do that, but
So would they come back if you came on council?
Oh no, that's not enough of a reason. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we got to figure out a way to get your kids to come back to Chatham.
Well, not just my kids, but all our kids. And I think
Right.
that starts when they're young and they can get their education. They can co-op here.
Right.
A lot of those kids, okay, you have to go to university. Fine, come back and co-op. Well, there's our businesses, right? And then the co-op offer them a position.
Right.
Invest in their education. Promises 2 years. After 2 years, we have a great venue. Oh my gosh. Like I said, we're surrounded by the natural resources plus. A beautiful community. And nobody disagrees with that. Those kids don't disagree with that.
Right.
They just don't see a place for them to work or to make money or to live and enjoy life the way they perceive they should be enjoying life.
So we got to change it.
We got to change that.
Okay.
Right. And we do that through all of these things we just talked about.
Awesome. Hey, Ryan Jackson, how you doing?
Hey, Ryan, how are you?
Ward 6. Let's talk about the rail line. That's another thing. We got, I guess does it start kind of in Ward 2?
Boondoogle, no, it's not.
No?
It's it's pretty well in the north.
So then, but it connects Chatham, Dresden, Wallaceburg.
Yeah.
What do you think about the whole situation? My idea is the Great Ontario Marathon Trail. But
Yeah.
not everybody's on board with that idea. But
Well,
where you
again,
at?
creative funding,
Creative
right?
funding.
Because that rail line has sucked enough tax dollars in already, don't you think?
Good. Now it's just sitting there. We need to do something. Might as well get somebody walking on it.
Well, that's right, and that's fine. Again, private investors, we have monies, grants, which is all our tax dollars, our provincial
Right.
tax dollars, but get out there and grab that. And I know that the municipality is actively looking at that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they need that private investor group, and I think that'd be a great way to promote tourism activity
Yeah.
and for those residents in the North Kent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great ideas, Mary. Build on our strengths to attract
Yes,
young people.
definitely.
How are we going to keep? Okay, so we got to get young people back.
That's why
Right.
the power. What is that?
How can we get entrepreneurs to start up a little bit more, like starting them young, 18, 19?
Well, Power of Young People Advisory Group. Talk about JA in the schools. What's available? What's available to you? We need trades. We don't have enough people here to
Right.
fill our jobs now, and it's trades. You don't have great to go to university and get your education. I'm all for one for critical thinking and the power of learning. I have a
Right.
problem with that, but we need plumbers and electricians and masons and bricklayers, and we need
Drywallers.
and drywallers and people who pave roads. And my husband's in his 40th year; he needs to retire. Somebody has to go take his
Yes.
place.
Well, you see, I run a seniors program at the Active Lifestyle Center,
Yes.
and we talk. Once week starts back up, we take the summers off. But there's people still working because there's nobody to fill their
No
position.
kidding. Yes,
Right,
that is
so,
true.
you know,
And
like
I
a
don't think the young
72-year-old,
people. I don't think they recognize financially how lucrative those trades are.
Oh, and, and you can go anywhere now. It's like
It's
being
your
a
ticket. It is
if
your
you're
ticket.
a plumber, you can go anywhere a doctor
It's a
can,
cross.
right?
Yeah, it's a skill.
Yeah.
It's a life skill, a transferable life
Right.
skill.
And
That's
a
right.
lot of the when we were talking earlier about the small construction work,
Yes.
they're
yes.
having trouble filling those positions with skilled workers.
No
and
kidding.
they can expand. They got people calling them wanting to do work.
Yep.
They do the roof. We're building,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So a lot of people are doing, but there's not enough
Well,
workers.
again, we have lots of people who are 16, 17, 18 years old who don't always enjoy school.
Right.
And those would be great places to put them for co-op.
Right.
And offer an incentive, a financial incentive as well. I also, too, you want to think about inclusivity and our refugees. Yes, we are very welcoming. We have one of the employers. He worked down in Toronto.
Right.
He says, I'll take 300 any day. He says because they want to work. And
Right.
and they'll teach them English. Like they offer them to teach them English. You offer them employment, but also offer an opportunity to further their learning in areas where they need to advance
Right.
in order to live productively in our community.
Right.
And that's not at a great cost. I mean, again, you got to watch the cost, right? But federally and provincially there is monies available for that to relocate refugees, and they're at most times they are great workers like anywhere else. There's always the best. Most people want to work and earn a living
And put a roof over their head and food on the
independently.
table.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's
Exactly.
what-
So that's what we need to be promoting and
Right.
enabling, right?
Right.
Yes.
Tiffany, or they don't want to stop working because of the cost of living, really
Exactly.
tough on young people to break through without experience.
Exactly. So that's where the co-op and the mentorship and the stipends come in. Like you have to offer that, and I think you work with your high schools. And again, this is provincially. Again, it's education, right?
Right.
I hate to always sound like a politician already.
Well, you know,
but it's
you brought in this stuff. That's good with me. We got stuff I can throw in Caesars. We got pepperettes, unlimited, and I got a beer to enjoy it.
There you go.
Life is good. You're doing well.
Yes, it is. Life is good in Chatham, Kent, and that is the message. That's really the reason I want to run, because
Right.
it is. Mm-hmm. You have to leave Chatham, Kent to recognize what you have.
Right.
I think
right.
a lot of people, again, who are rather negative, I don't know that they maybe not have the opportunity to leave and realize that, but truly, we do enjoy a good quality of life.
We do, and we have lots of space.
Yes,
you know,
we do.
Something people don't realize until they get here. And with a lot of people coming from Toronto to retire here, they just can't believe the space, right? That we take for granted every day.
Yes, we do.
And in War II, it'd be greater than Chatham specifically.
Yes. Yeah.
But I get people, they buy a house here, they're all happy, and then they're even happier. Like, and I've actually put in an ad for real estate, luxury parking. Okay, and when I said luxury parking, I meant a driveway.
Yeah. No.
Right. Yeah, you can park 4 cars in a driveway. I mean. Yeah. So it's really interesting that we have so much space. They can go walk up and down the street. There's no tons of traffic a lot of times. Yeah. So we do have an amazing community that a lot of times you don't really realize until you leave and come back. Like if you go to New York or Toronto or anything, and you get back, you're like, this is easy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, we do have problems, but
if money was not an issue, what is one idea you would implement right away? That's a good one.
Fully accessible transportation across Chatham-Kent.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's right away. Whether you require accessible transportation or whether you're a kid who wants to go to school or go to college, or you need to attend your mental health program or your work program, and you live in Bothwell and you got to get to Chatham.
Yeah.
The problem is the transportation is there, but it's not at the times when you need it. They got to get they got to get there by 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Or if you want to work, you got to get here at 7.
Right.
And then you're done at 2, 3, 4, and it doesn't jive. And Jan Metcalf and I over at the municipality have had lots of conversations about this, and she goes, we're doing the best we can. Right. And you know she is, but this is where I say the you ride and the drive. What is that called? Go driver.
Yep.
I think it's going to offer some good options. But that's what
that is
the first thing because that would impact everyone in this community, whether you were a young person or an older senior who doesn't drive and lives out in Morpeth.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, that's it.
Marjorie Crew, hi Ben and Claire.
Hey.
Mary Lou Muchik. Seniors can really benefit from that.
Yes, they can. Thanks, Mary Lou.
And with we do have an aging, everybody has an aging population.
Yes.
But Chatham-Kent is now becoming more of a known as a place to go to retire. So our population, our aging population, might be increasing more than other people. Possibly.
Well, it is.
I have no facts to back that up, people, so don't fact check that. But just, common thinking is that when people are retiring here in our own population aging, you would think that. So we do have a lot of aging population challenges ahead.
See, to me, those older adults, they are wealth financially.
Yeah.
They're a wealth in knowledge.
Right.
They are a wealth in their trades and how to boost your economy. And I don't think we've even tapped that. We got even more wealth moving down here from Toronto.
Absolutely.
Those people have banked money because they bought, and that's why they moved, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they're looking.
Yeah.
So make it beneficial to them and to the entrepreneur.
All right, connecting seniors to entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah,
I like
definitely.
Good stuff. So yeah, that's good. Hey, so you're out in the community a lot.
Yes, I'm a community OT.
You're a bubbly person, so it looks like you communicate with a lot of people.
Yes, I do.
All right, what are you hearing at the doors? What are you hearing specifically? People wanting over the next 4 years. What are they missing?
They want their roads paved.
Okay.
They want gravel. They want gravel maintenance. They want their drains cleaned regularly. Mm-hmm. They just want their money spent where it needs to get spent, so that you can work and play and get around easily. They truly do. They also would like to retain, bring young people and keep their kids here.
Right.
They also want a safe community. They want to stay, and that's really important.
More and more, I'm seeing a lot about break and enters.
Well, that's opioid.
I don't know if we got more or not, but I see more people talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So and then it gets more real for people about break and enters. So how do we go about?
Well, again, that's a bigger area, right?
Yeah,
and they're working at it provincially and municipally as well.
Right.
Both the police and the health, and they're going at it as a team effort, and that's the only way you can do it. Right? I think I totally agree that you just can't provide safe places to do your favorite.
But what we can do is promote the atmosphere for people to get jobs. And,
but get treatment too. Like there will always be those who require our assistance. So that's fine. I don't mind assisting, but you got to help along with providing a safe place to work through your addiction. Part of that involves the recovery process too. Right. Not everyone is going to recover. Okay, I'm not that idealistic, but you know what? So we keep them safe, but part of that is you don't just keep them safe. You work, so you provide the network to make them safer, and so they get off that addiction, become productive. Again, those people did not start out wanting to be a liability on their neighbors and their friends and their family. Mm-hmm. You know, they're there because of, for whatever, poor decisions and or any other thing else that can happen to anybody. Right? Exactly.
And it can happen to the rich and poor at the same time.
Yeah, it's across the board there. And I don't think there's not one of us in this community who isn't touched by addiction. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's a very out there. It's getting even more out there. With regard to mental illness and addiction, and definitely you have to address it.
Absolutely.
And being financially, providing financial assistance is just one piece of it.
Right.
Yeah, there's a whole social piece and a medical piece as well. And so that has to continue.
Great. Okay, guys, we're going to be wrapping this up shortly because I'm getting low on coffee unless you guys throw in more questions and comments and that. And we'll get to a couple more things here. Now, what have you done over your career? Like what? I'm an occupational therapist. Now, you know my mom. Right.
I sure do. I work with
my
her.
mom said she worked. Yes.
Yeah.
So that gets you good points. But
do you know what an occupational therapist does?
You're going to explain it to me. That's how you spin something that you don't know. You give them the opportunity to explain to you. So, what is an occupational therapist?
OTs help you get out on for the job of living. We look at how you basically get up in the morning, do your personal care, get yourself down to the kitchen to get yourself fed, and out the door to your job, school, or play. Right. And we look at how safely you do it. Mm-hmm. And we also, if you can't do it for whatever reason, whether you've had an accident or disease progression, we look at how we can enable you to participate in a task of personal care and a productivity or leisure, either by giving you a jig and you have an adaptive way to do it, or we provide a compensatory strategy for you.
That sounds like a lot of strategy involved.
So we work with anybody. We work with 0 to 100 plus in any environment because it's where you function in life. Right. So it's very creative. So we work very closely with physiotherapists and speech language pathologists and our doctors and our nurses and out in the community. I do a lot of contract. I worked for contract agencies for 35 years. Right. I've been a private sole therapist or a privately employed, self-employed therapist since 1995. Okay. And picked up contracts through several healthcare providers.
Sounds like a very tough job. Can it be very, very tough for some? Because you actually got to think ways to.
Yep, and you got to work within a system who they're short on money. Right. So you get creative. Those people who work with me know I'm pretty creative.
All right, we've got the question.
Okay.
Craig McNeil, and this one.
Yes, I support municipal tap water. Yes, no, I don't. We're on a well. Yeah. We've always been on a well, and I love well water, and very much so. This is what we're drinking. Yes.
Okay, and the other part of Craig's question usually is, I can't see it right now, Craig, but it's usually about, would you support a bylaw that would reduce plastics in the community?
Yes.
They're doing it in other areas like plastic containers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just out in Kelowna. I didn't see a plastic cup, a straw, really? a stick. Everything was recycled. Right from the cups to the plastic on top was biodegradable. Okay. Yeah, it was great, and that's what we should be aiming for. Yeah.
Craig, can you vote for her in more too? She's really up on that. Marjorie Crew, how would you support an age-friendly community? We'll go back
Marjorie, yes, age-friendly, and as I say, age-friendly. People don't realize that's just for seniors. That's 0 to 100 plus. Right. With regard to age-friendly, we got to look at our infrastructure again, Marjorie, especially. I'm always one of the engineers. I love Europe, where it's a flatscape.
Okay.
In fact, people don't realize that the majority of accidents occur in the winter with able-bodied people trying to hop curbs with snow.
Right.
Never mind people who are not able-bodied having difficulty with them.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm working towards. Yes. So definitely, Marjorie, we look at streetscapes and accessibility with regard to transportation and getting people places where they need to be and keeping them safe in their houses.
Good stuff. Craig McNeil, run for mayor. There we go.
Okay, maybe in the future.
Whitney Bordeaux, Clare Latimer for Ward 2 Councillor.
Oh, yay, Whitney. Thank you.
Some things that are usually talked about is bike infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay, and getting around. We don't really have
again, because it's the distance, right? And people who move into here are better at this than people who have lived here all their lives, I think, because it's a culture, it's a mindset, right? Yeah. And if you're active and it's getting better. I mean, you're active, you're going to take your bike and go. Where I live on Fairview Line, you take your life in your hands if you ride your bike, and it's hard to ride on the gravel. And I would prefer to do that than ride it with the semis.
And if you're riding a bike out there, you probably have a road bike with smaller wheels. And if you get on the gravel, it's going to be a bad day anyway.
But saying that, I would like to promote that. I especially in our smaller communities where you have the ride share. Again, Kelowna, even my husband considered getting on a bike. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yes, Paul Latimer. I know people wouldn't believe me when I said that. Because you could just pick up the bike and then drop it where you were going to go. And then it would be back there. It was all free.
Right.
It's absolutely free. So it was a great way to see that lake scape, right? Well, we have that. Yeah, we have those communities. So I think you start small. Right. And Bridge out now, we're doing the trail along, and I know that's a point of contention. I have a few things, engineering issues I just saw today. I was out in Raleigh, and I mean, you can't go 3 feet back from the road when you've got a bridge right there. It's a foot past the bridge, so what are you going to do? One of my constituents said, well, the engineer was out here, and he said, I don't know what we're going to do.
So we don't know.
So we'll have to wait until they get there to see how they proceed.
Really?
That's the bike trail that goes out, Riverview and comes around. Yeah.
So I've done that bike trail. I've ran it myself.
Yeah.
But it's not on the water side.
Exactly.
So it's almost like you're just walking in the middle of a field or something, or biking in the middle of a field. Can be windy if anybody's done that.
Yeah, well, you're in Chatham-Kent. Thank you. It's going to be windy. Thank God we don't have the mountains.
Hey guys, hit your last questions in here. Comment, question. If you are watching the replay, make sure to still ask the questions. And hit that share button so that more people can find out about Clare Latimer.
And vote for me on October 22nd. Remember that.
Yeah. How are we going to get more people to vote? What are you doing out there to get more people to...
Actually, that's part of our meet and greet on Friday night at the Cubbies Homestead. Because that age group, Whitney is younger. And so it's people from 20 to 35. And honestly, she said the majority of my friends don't even know what ward they live in. And that's so we're trying again. That's what I'm doing. If you want me to come, and I'll bring the wine.
All right.
And we talk about why you should be voting, because that's how. Again, my dad was in politics, and he used to sit at the kitchen table and he'd say, "Well, since you're not going to change anything, sitting at the end of the kitchen table complaining, you have to be part of it."
Absolutely.
And that's why I encourage people to vote when you are younger. Pay attention. Because it matters. Yeah,
I always tell my kids every election, no matter what it is, I bring them to the polls with me.
That's that's what more people should do when they have the kids that are younger. Because that's when they mimic, right? Everyone wants to grow up to be just like their mom or dad.
Yeah, and a lot of people they don't understand municipal politics.
No,
right? They see the provincial, they see the federal because it's plastered everywhere and everybody's fighting about it. Right, but nobody's really fighting at the municipal level that you really see other than a group of people at a coffee table just disliking some,
Municipal politics is problem solving within neighborhoods,
right,
and between people, and resolving issues that matter to individuals. It's more an individual. We
need to make it more exciting. You know what I mean? How do we make it more exciting?
How do you make it more exciting? I don't know, Ben. Let's go on
You
a road
do it.
trip. Let's go on a road trip. We can.
The Chatham-Kent road trip, yes. But a lot of people, they're just not excited. They don't know what exactly they're voting for or who can do what. And infrastructure, which is the main base of anything.
It's a passion of mine.
But a lot of people, they don't get it. They don't know what municipal politicians do.
And they don't know how much money of the money they take out, that they pay, is put towards what, and that takes us back to that budget layout, right? It's pretty. The other thing I'd like is, and I agree, another candidate came up. I heard him talk about this, is that he wants to see the map, the infrastructure on a map, so that people realize where the drain is that they're getting taxed for, or the bridge, or what the age of it is, and when it's due to be repaired, and what does that mean? Like, so you use color. I'm a real color.
Yeah, because a lot of these things pop up at the same time.
Well, that's because, be ready. In 50 years, guess what we're going to be doing again? Because, and this is also an issue that I'm involved in, because, like, great, you want to build the bridges or rebuild them, don't do it all the same way. You've got alternative ways to do it, so that one will age faster than the other, and that you can go, you've got a few years there to put some bucks away to pay for it. But now we've got 3 bridges, we did 1, 2, 3, and guess what? In 50 years, I mean, you may be here. I'm not going to be here. I don't think. But they're going to have the same problem.
Right.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So that's what the issue is with the farmers. Farmers are, and I got to put a plug, like agricultural. That's a real area of growth for in the 4 years.
Right.
Between the nanotechnology and the artificial intelligence and just the agricultural expansion across internationally. Yeah. That's gonna impact Chatham-Kent big time, and they are working on that.
One of the
they're the breadbasket. It's up there, the breadbasket. But people do not realize that until they leave, or someone outside tells them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you see agriculture?
The sky's the limit. We don't even know. We don't even know the jobs.
Are we going to see farms going up? 2-level, 3-level, 4-level farms?
No, that's an interesting concept,
I always kept on thinking, like, at least you're going to have to.
I'll tell you, down in Leamington, like, it's phenomenal, the mega bucks that are coming in right now with regard to the cannabis greenhouses, and that's a whole new issue, right? That's a whole area of expansion. yeah. Well, I don't know.
What do you think about the option that the provincial government is giving municipalities to either opt out or continue having cannabis dispensaries?
I think right now everyone's sitting back, and I think you're wise to sit back and see what's coming down the pike, because there's no legislation. They've got all they're saying, everything's going to be available here in October, and there's no legislation. Right. They're saying these things, the boxes are ready to go, and my daughter was home on the weekend. She goes, "They're not even available." Like like it's gonna be pretty interesting to say the least.
But with the dispensary, so Ontario, it'll be. Let's go fast forward here. It's all legal. Yep. But the community or the municipality can say, well, we don't want to.
If they want to opt out, okay. But I think, again, you got to listen to your people in your municipality, right? Your business people, your investors, and see what the climate is where you live. And that's listening to people, and that's why you want to vote, right?
And would you go with or without if you had to choose?
I am out. I'm waiting to see what the legislation is going to be. I'm open. You can, I'm open to people can live the way they want to live, as long as they stay safe and the people around them stay safe. Right. That's my kind of bottom line.
All right. Good afternoon, Claire and Ben. That's Mark. Mark was here the other day.
Oh, great.
Good stuff. So, just in closing, I took my mobility scooter on the trail in Rio a few years ago. Got to the bridge.
Yep. So much for accessible. That's right. Now that was how many years?
A few years ago.
A few years ago. You have more accessibility out there now with the Moby mats, and the boardwalk. And that just got done. That just got done in the last year.
Okay.
There's still some issues as access from both ends, and I pointed that out to our accessibility committee, which I'm part of actually, of the municipal accessibility committee.
All right.
We have we again, people in the different municipal departments try to run their plans through us, and we also offer suggestions to private businesses and events with regard to their accessibility, because a lot of times people think, just like this young lady is describing, or a person, I'm not sure yet,
Joe tried
yet. They're describing someone well-intentionally set something up to enable a mobility device to access, and in doing so forgot something.
Right.
That just challenge, it stops them in the tracks.
Right.
You know, the way the door opens, no turnaround space. Yeah, it's great, there's a ramp here, but you got 12, 13, 18 inches of gravel or a puddle.
Right.
You can't run through to get to the ramp.
Yeah.
It's or the door. You have to laugh sometimes, because sometimes it's very discouraging.
Right.
Is what it is. And Chatham is not. It is. They're working on it, but it is not accessible.
Yeah.
It's
even
not,
with some of the sidewalks.
not some. We're trying to get those curb cuts in there, but Blendon's redoing, because in one curb cut there in the corner of Marlborough, you have to be out into traffic to get back onto the curb cut. Makes no sense.
Doesn't sound too safe.
But again, people, well-intentioned people who don't have to run the device, right? So that's even more important that we have a lot of people who sit and use mobility devices actually on our committee, and they go out and they test drive. I've got to run over to Grand Ave because someone said, well, it's great, but the post is right there and there's no room to pull up to use the curb cut. Like, again,
I noticed this.
I know.
It was very.
There's limited space. It's supposed to be accessible, and you got a post right in the middle of the curb cut.
Carmen McGregor, good luck, Claire.
Oh, thanks, Carmen.
All right, Claire, what can you tell these people in Ward 2 why they should vote for you, and what sets you apart from everybody else? And I hope we can have you back at one point. But
sure.
Again, hey guys, hit the comments button, questions button, share button, and let's give your last
I think because I care about Chatham-Kent, but I'm also trained in functional analysis and of actions and tasks, and to improve functional outcomes. So I'm a problem solver, and that's what municipal politics is about. You're problem solving using surrounding resources to meet and or compensate for identified needs.
Right.
And I am passionate.
I feel the passion. I feel the energy. I do. So if you guys are watching, you probably feel it too. But I do feel you got good energy and you got good passion for the community.
Yep, I do. And I think there's a lot of, again, the positivity. Chatham-Kent's got a lot going for it. And I am looking forward to representing my Ward 2 constituents. Awesome. And making Chatham-Kent a better place for all of us to live.
Awesome. And you're going to be in the second round of the Conversation Roundtable.
Hey, yes, that's right. Someone said I could have an invitation.
You now have an invitation.
But I'll see you there next Wednesday.
Yeah, you'll be there. For you guys watching, I'm doing a Conversation Roundtable with 15 candidates on the 12th at the 107 Cafe. I do have an kind of like the event out there. If you look on my Facebook page, it's there. So we want you guys out there. But it's also open to other councillors or candidates that can come out. So you'll be there because there'll be meet and greet sessions in between sessions that you can communicate with everybody else and they can ask you questions.
Yes. We didn't touch on is women in politics.
I think
there's only 20. Well, there's only 28% of us this time.
Really?
Yeah. Out of the 45 councillors that are running,
okay,
it's only 28% that are women. So I went up to a women's campaign school in Waterloo 4 years ago, and we need to run one of those. And I talked with the women's through United Way, the Women's Leadership Council, because it really is intimidating. It's an old boys club yet, and it truly is, and it's very intimidating. And I can honestly say that I would never have followed through and put my name in 4 years ago and or this year if I had not attended that campaign school for women. Yeah. So I think that's one thing I would do whether I get in or not. That is one thing I am doing. Make sure it happens, because we talked about it in the last 4 years and it kind of went by the wayside.
Right.
But I thought there would be more women put their name forward this time, and there isn't. So especially for South Kent, you need a woman's voice. Karen, she's not running again, so we got to get another incumbent in there who has the female aspect. It's not wrong, and it's different. It's just different. Females and males think differently, And they
Okay.
they need to work together. So we got to aim for that 50-50.
All right. She's aiming for the 50-50. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We have
you, Ben.
Patricia Sylvain coming up
All
at
right.
6:30.
Yes.
And Gordon Thomas, I think his name is. I forget it. I think it's Gordon Thomas. From Ward 6.
Ben's going to look at his notes.
I'm going to meet him anyway. We're going to talk. And thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
And hopefully we have you again. We'll see you again anyway. We'll
Okay.
talk.
Great.
And,
Bye, guys.
Hit
Thanks.
the share button. Thank you.
Vote October 22nd.